Hi everybody, it's Amberly Perrine. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you're not new. So, I have a story for you. Okay, so as some of y'all know, I have kids. um, my first child was from a man. Hint: he's my stalker. um. So because I don't want to get unalived, I'm not going to say his name, but the OGs know who I'm talking about. So for the sake of the story, we're going to call him punk ass. No, I'm playing. For the sake, I still don't want to die. So, for the sake of the story, we're gonna call him Cheeto. Okay. So, because he smelled like Cheetos, for real. So, I met Cheeto when I was 19. I was at Job Corps. And if you don't know what Job Corps is, it's like a technical school where you do like hands-on shit and you get your degree and all that. It's like a paid for by the government college. It's lit as fuck. So, I was a wild child in Job Corps. I just like was fresh out of high school, you know, cute, innocent, no kids, never been pregnant, never even did the act to get pregnant. The furthest I've gotten with anybody was a kiss in freshman year, and that was cringe as fuck. I went around telling all my friends, and then later on regretted it, because, like, ew, boys have cooties, you know, like, yeah. So, anyway, so Cheeto came up to talk to my friend, but then actually ended up talking to me. And he had a southern accent, you know, and I'm a sucker for accents. So, you know, it was just, hi, how are you? And I'm like, ah! And all of my friends were like, dude, ignore him, do not talk to him. And me, being 19 and as stupid, I didn't think about it. I was just like, well, they're just jealous because he's hot. Ah! So, I hate myself. Anywho, fast forward to Valentine's Day. Him and I are now a thing, you know, and everybody else is just like, girl, you need to, like, get out of that situation, you know? But I was having the time of my life, you know, for I've had the time of my life. Like, yeah. So, you get it. I lost my innocence to this man who, now that I think back on it, I realize that I didn't actually want to give him my innocence. I wanted to wait until marriage, but it was the whole, like, well, girlfriends have sex with their boyfriends, you know, like, and to my younger viewers out there, you don't owe nothing to nobody. Your body is your body. Your body is a fucking temple. And anybody who shall enter it needs to respect you first, okay? Okay, so, that's what I wish I would have known. But I was like, you know what? Okay, screw morals, you know? So, I was coerced, but I was brainwashed into thinking that I wasn't. But I was. I did get pregnant with a baby, but he, like, I should definitely put a trigger warning on this story. Like, if any of these, like, bring back memories to you, feel free to skip. And as a mother, I will tell you that if your child's significant other is displaying these types of behaviors, force them to break up with them. Because Cheeto almost ruined my life in so many different ways, and my parents, like, tried all kinds of extremes to get me to stop talking to Cheeto. But, I did not listen because I'm young, dumb, and 19, and, you know, you just don't want me to have any fun. But, no, it was so much more than that, and I'll get into why. So not just that, but also my parents came to visit me on campus, like, to, like, go to a hotel with me and have fun, go see Utah, you know? And he begged me to convince my parents to let him come with me. And so they were like, you know what, yeah, let's meet the boyfriend, let's vet him. He, in my bed next to my parents' bed. Yeah. So there was that. And I did end up getting pregnant, and then he, like, in the stomach, and I lost a baby. But he brainwashed me into thinking that it was my fault because I started smoking that year. And immediately, of course, as soon as I found out that I was with child, I stopped. But he made me think that because I did it at all, that it was my fault that happened. So that's that's the basics of what happened. And there is so much more that happened in my relationship with Cheeto. But Cheeto, if you're watching this, fuck you. You're a small little man, and I hope you stub your toe really, really hard on the end of a coffee table. Fuck you. Anywho, so, fast forward a year, I get pregnant with Riley. And he became worse. So much worse. Honey. I literally thought he was going to me one night because it was just bad, So one day, karma happened, and I realized that I needed to peace out of the whole thing, because I was out to here with Riley, about to pop, and this man, or this little man baby, this little boy man or whatever, tiny little baby man, didn't really want me to be pregante, because he wanted all of the attention to himself. So I feel like the bigger I got, the worse everything else got. There was one night where I don't want to get into too much detail because not only will it trigger myself, but also most of my viewers out there. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry, I love you. I had to protect my stomach one night. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And Riley did not move for hours, and it freaked me the fuck out. But he ended up moving and everything was okay, but I was not. And I'm just sitting there one night reflecting, and I'm like, I literally had to protect this child from his own father. So I decided to peace out. But how was I going to do that, So I texted one of my coworker friends that knew everything and hated Cheeto from the epitome of her being. Every day she would beg me to leave. So I knew she wasn't going to say nothing. So I texted her and I was like, if you see me wearing my engagement ring, slap me. I'm going to give you my engagement ring, and if I ask you for it back, slap me. I'm giving you full permission. And she's like, okay, what's going on? How are you going to do this? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. So one day, while I'm at work, he gets hit by a fucking truck. I swear to God on my soul. So after Cheeto got hit by a truck, what's fucked up is I laughed and then I was like, it's now or never, bro. So adrenaline is pumping through my body as I'm texting my family I need to get out of here. So I destroy his car, and that's another story for another time. But so now let's get into the stalking thing. After I had already established that I was donezo, I was Audi 5000, whatever, I had my baby, and he was a whopping 8 pounds 1 ounce, by the way, all natural. Give myself a little pat on the back, because how did I not die? I don't know. But so anywho, back to the stalking. Now we're going into the stalking thing. So Riley and I are home, and I'm not gonna lie, I was not over him, because he was the father of my child, I can sit here and say and lie to you until I'm blue in the face and say that I didn't love him anymore at this point, but no, I did. Unfortunately, I fell right back into his trap, and 2 days while postpartum, I'm still at the hospital at this point. Hey, how's my baby? I love you. I'm sorry for everything. And I fell right back into the trap, and I was dating him for And I went back for like another 2 months because I was scared. I was in love with him, but I was also scared of him because he had told me at one point that if I didn't say yes to his advances or whatever, that he was going to come unalive me and take my son. So that freaked me out. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to try to work it out. I'm going to, whatever. I'm going to just, whatever. It's good. He's a father of my son, whatever. I sent him pictures of Riley every day. I updated him every day. I feel so ashamed as a mother that I let him have anything to do with Riley, considering what he put me through while I was pregnant with him. And I can sit here and make excuses to say, well, that's the father of my baby, or I was young, or whatever. I have no excuse, and I feel like a shit mother for ever letting him have anything to do with my son. But I don't know what to say to that. I mean, that was terrible parenting on my part, but I was young, and I was doing it alone, practically. I had nobody, And I didn't have anybody to grab me by the shoulders and say, stop talking to him! So I didn't. But he left me September 4th of 2021. I remember that day, because I was like, why isn't he texting me? Well, I found out that while he was saying, I love you, or whatever, he had a girl in his bed the entire time. And he left me for her. Oh, sounds familiar. But, it's a little tea and... So, he had a girl in the bed the entire time, and he left me for her, and literally 2 minutes after he broke up with me, he went to the state where said girl went home to, and came and got her and brought her back into his home. So, yeah. I honestly want to go back in time and punch myself in the face for being so upset about it. I cried for 3 months straight. But I think it was more of just, being like, what the fuck? Like, you beg me to get back with you, and then you continue to be verbally abusive in text messages, mentally abusive in text messages, using my child to manipulate me in text messages to cheat on me, and then leave me? Like, what? Make it make sense. I mean, if I was that desperate to get back with somebody, why, just why? I don't understand narcissists. I really, really don't. But, anywho, I'm running out of time, because I am still poor, and I'm still using my phone to record. So, I'm going to stop this, upload this, I'm going to upload part 1, and then you'll see part 2. So, stay tuned.